Alright, so now we've got a very basic website set up. It still isn't anywhere near where we want it to be, but we're going to start adding in more stuff. And in this lecture, we're going to start off by building some forms, okay? I use a form. You can use any form builder you want, okay? Personally, myself, I use a form builder called Formidable Forms. I've got another lesson on that as well. What I would advise is you seriously look at it. Another competitor of theirs is Gravity Forms, but I like Formidable Forms better because it gives me a lot of flexibility. And if you're not a serious developer, Formidable Forms is easy to use. But if you are a serious developer like myself, I've been doing this for like 37 years now. Formidable Forms also gives you the flexibility to develop a lot of your own code that you can use in the site and stuff. Don't worry, in this course we're not going to get into any of that stuff. We're not going to be getting into any special type stuff that allows us to manipulate WordPress itself. I will probably have an advanced course in the future for that, but right now I won't. So anyways, let's install Formidable Forms, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Plugins. We're going to say Add New. Because I've already got Formidable Forms, I'm going to actually install my package of it and stuff. So here it is here. The Enterprise, I'm going to go to this one. I take Pro, and I'm going to install it now. Okay, so I'm activating the plugin, and I'm going to, you'll notice that it says Formidable Forms Pro requires Formidable Forms to be installed. Well, it's going to do it on its own, okay? So if we go to the installed plugins now, you're going to see that this is on here. Now, my Formidable Pro license key is missing, so it's asking me to put in a license. So at this point, I'm going to pause the actual lesson, and I will come back after I put my license key in. Okay, so now my license key has been installed, and what you're going to notice is that when it wasn't installed, we had this light here now. So if I actually go and click on the website and then come back in, you're going to see that it doesn't say light anymore. So what I've got is I've got the full installation of Formidable Forms. Now, the reason I like it is because they give you a lot of options, okay? So, for instance, if you go to the add-ons down here, you can install all these kind of different add-ons and stuff, right? Now, it's saying here that it may not be compatible, so it's saying to update it. So let's click on Update. And as far as I can tell, it's up to date. But chances are, much the same as anything else, it's not. So always go through, click on your updates off of your dashboard, go to your plugins after you install a plugin, and make sure that the latest version is in place before you start developing anything. So now I'm going to update the plugin itself. So now it's been updated, and if I go to the updates page, you'll see that we're completely up to date. So now we're going to go back to Formidable Forms. I'm going to go back to the add-ons. You'll see I've got all these options, okay? I'm not going to install them all right now because the fact is we're not going to use them all, okay? What we are going to use probably is things like PayPal and so on and so forth once we get into it. But we will deal with that afterwards. Right now, what we want to do is we want to put a contact form in place, okay? So if you remember here, we've got Contact Us, okay? So what we want to do is we want to put a contact form in here, okay? So we're going to go back to Formidable Forms, and we're going to click on Forms. You're going to see that they've actually already added a Contact Us form in there. So if we click on it, and we look at it, you'll see that it's asking for first name, last name, email, da-da-da-da. Personally, myself, I don't like the fact of the way they've got this set up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click there, and I'm going to say first name, okay, which is fine. I'm going to click in here and see where it's got the field description. Just take it away. because we don't really need that, right? And we want the last name. So we're going to go last name. It's just clearer that way. I don't like it the other way. So we're going to get rid of last here, okay? So now we've got it set up so that there's first name, last name, email, subject, and message. Now the other thing I would advise that you add into here is a Captcha, okay? And that's pretty simple to do. So you click on Add Fields. Right here where it says reCAPTCHA, drag it over and drop it at the bottom of the screen. See the little blue bar? Drop it in there, okay? Now it's going to come up and it's going to say it's not going to work until you set up the site and secret keys. So that's fine. We're going to say, okay, so we updated that. Let's click on the setup here. Okay, so now you'll see it took us over to the settings. And where it says reCAPTCHA, click on that. And it's asking us for a site key and a secret key. Now you can choose checkbox or invisible. So what we're going to do, where it says sign up for a free reCAPTCHA key, let's open that in a new window. Okay, so right now it's gone into here and it's taken us into the admin console. So we're going to go in there. I've already got one set up for my astronomy site, but we're going to add another one in here, okay? So we're going to add it in. We're going to say business website, as we're going to give it a name. Make sure that you choose reCAPTCHA v2, okay? And then you can pick and choose the type of badges you want. We're just going to leave it on the default. And then in here, we're going to put in the actual domain, sorry. Okay, like that. And we're going to say we accept it. And then we're going to come down here and we're going to click on submit. Okay, so now we've got our site key and our secret key. So click on copy for the site key, flip back over to your Formidable Forms, paste it in there, go back, copy the secret key, paste it in there, leave everything else exactly the way it is, click on update. Okay, so now the settings have been saved. So back in here now we can shut this window down because we've got our Captcha stuff in place. And if we go back to our forms and look at our contact us form now, you're going to see that it's come up with the whole thing. So what I usually do is I click on here and I'll get rid of the field label because I don't want that in there. Okay, so we'll click on update again. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go over to here where it says pages, and we're going to go to all pages, and where it says contact us, we're going to click in here, and we're going to get rid of this. And right up here where it says formidable, we're going to click on that. We're going to choose a form, which is going to be the contact us form. We're going to insert it into the post. Okay, so it's essentially formidable ID 1. Okay, and you want to make sure that tag goes in there and then update it. Now, if we go and we look at our website now, and we click on contact us, look at what we've got. It's asking for the Captcha, everything. What's really nice is let's put in Bill Tester, btest at somewhere.com, okay? And test subject. Here is the subject. And we click on I'm not a robot. Okay, came up, and you simply click on submit. Now it says your responses were successfully submitted, thank you. Okay, you might want to change that a little bit, right? So how you do that is you go over to here, you go to Formidable Forms, you go into Contact Us and Settings. Click on Settings. And right here, okay, where we've got General, you can ignore all this. Down here where it says we're successfully submitted, thank you, simply put thanks for contacting us, somebody will be in touch shortly, and click on update. So now if we go back to the website, you'll see that that actually changes the subject. So if we go into here and we go Bill to b2 at test2.com, whatever it may be. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, and we put in I'm not a robot and submit it. Now you're going to see thanks for contacting us. Somebody will be in touch shortly. So one more thing to show you before we close off the lesson is under the entries in Formidable Forms, you can now see your contact. And you can see what they've done. So if we clicked on edit there and stuff, you can see what they sent us. Additionally, you'll notice there's resend emails, because inside of here, you can actually go into the settings, and under actions and notifications, you can actually set up different email notifications. By default, it puts in an email notification and sends it to the admin email for the site. Now, because we don't have that set up, we didn't get any emails, but normally it would send an email out. So there it is. We've added in the contact us form, and we're one step closer to getting a functional business website. So I hope you've enjoyed this lecture, and I will talk to you in the next.